So back in England now. I'm in Bamborough where my family have got a holiday house, which is in Northumbria and pretty much on the Scottish border. It's not actually that cold. I thought it would be much colder, but it's about 18 degrees at the moment. It's quite nice. A little bit windy though, so I hope the sound's all right. Yeah, I've been back in England now for about just over 2 weeks. I've taken my girlfriend back with me to visit family, and we spent about 5 days in London, did the tourist circuit. I did used to live in London, but never really been a tourist there, so yeah, it was nice. Saw quite a few museums, Big Ben, you know, the tourist stuff. One thing that was a bit frustrating was the prices. One of the first things I saw on the menu was a paella, like a Spanish rice dish, but it was a rice dish, and it was £12, 600 baht. I normally pay in Thailand 30 baht, so, well, 20 times more expensive. Oh well, I'm on holiday, I guess. I've been slowly moving my way up the country. After London, we went to Sheffield for a week and saw my friends and family, introduced her to my friends and family, and that was really nice. And then I've obviously come up a bit further north to this house on the sea. Tomorrow I'm going to Edinburgh. I'm going to go and show her that city, which is, well, it has to be one of my favourite cities in the UK. It is truly beautiful. And after that, slowly make our way back down to London over the next week or so, and visit Bath and Bristol, Oxford and Cambridge. I think she wants to go and see Windsor Castle, but yeah, drop her off at Heathrow. And then I've got about 3 weeks left in England before I fly back to Chiang Mai. I really can't wait to do that. It has been great coming back. You know, it'd be really nice to see friends and family. I have missed them, but you know, the weather isn't as good. It's grossly overpriced, and I'm very keen to get started on the next chapter of my life and the second year in Chiang Mai. Looking back, those 9 months that I spent in Asia was a huge success, really. As I've mentioned in other videos, business has grown. I've added new businesses to the portfolio, and I have finally finished my book. I did originally want to get it up by Christmas, but I think that was a little bit ambitious, and it actually ended up taking me about 8 months. And the book is a semi-biographical business book. The first half really is dedicated to my story, how I left my job in London and went on the path to building a series of businesses that gave me the freedom that I've got now, I guess, and the ability to kind of live anywhere in the world, and probably more importantly, not have to go to the office or rely on another human being for my financial welfare. That story of the 5 years between leaving my job in London and finally getting on a plane and coming to Thailand was punctuated by mistake after mistake. Some of those mistakes took me very close to needing to go back to work. Luckily, I never had to, and I was very close to giving up at a couple of points, but thankfully I never did give up, and I was able to turn those mistakes into valuable lessons, which took me closer to where I wanted to be. So I want to use the book to talk about those mistakes and hopefully guide people who are looking to do a similar thing, how to avoid them when they're creating their own digital empire. The other half of the book is aimed at providing the tools and skills and resources that I think you need if you're going to go and do a similar thing. And the main point is that if you want to create location and financial independence, you need to create either a business or a network of assets that are going to work for you. If the book even slightly motivates someone to take that step from paid employment and starting to try and survive in the world of business on your own, then I'd be really proud of that. And I just hope that people can see that it is possible. You don't have to spend your life, and certainly the best years of your life, working for other people if you don't want to. Of course, doing this isn't for everyone. Some people are happy working in an office for a large corporation. I wasn't happy. I was deeply unhappy doing that. I felt like my life was passing me by. I was giving away my best years for someone else in the pursuit of their own ambitions and aims. The first few chapters, as I said, are dedicated to my story and my motivation behind going on that journey and starting to build the empire. The book is called The 21st Century Emperor, and the reason why I've called it that is because we have the tools available to us today to be able to build a network of assets that work for us every day, every night, while we sleep, while we're on holiday. And really the internet and digital communication, the software that is available to all of us allows you to build an organization that its purpose is to enable you to do the things that you want to do with your life. In effect, that organization that you can build is your empire. And when I was working in the city for a large insurance company, I very much felt that the company I was working for was a large empire, and I was a soldier for them. I felt like orders would come down from the top, and I'd be expected to execute those orders without question. And I wanted to start playing that game myself. I didn't want to be a pawn on someone else's chessboard, however large and comfortable. I wanted to start my own operation and learn how to build wealth for myself and try and develop a state of affairs, I guess, where I would have real freedom and options in life. Freedom and options that there was no way I was going to get working in London. The harder that I worked and the more value that I gave to my employer, the deeper into the rabbit hole I would go. I thought that the journey would last no more than a year. I thought at the end of the first year in business, I would have reached a level of financial and location independence. That was totally unrealistic. It actually took 5 or 6 years. I think you could probably do it in less, maybe 2 or 3, if you avoided the very, very stupid mistakes that I made and that have been detailed in the book. And I think also if you were to use the potential resources that are out there, accessible to all of us, and if you use those resources more efficiently than I did, and take on board the lessons that I try and put out there, I think you probably could go from a job to Thailand and living out there as a location independent entrepreneur much quicker than I did. But it's certainly not an easy journey. It is simple. You need to put value out there. You need to work for yourself. You need to find some way to add more value into the marketplace than you are using up by living and eating and doing the things that you want to do. But it's not easy. So it's starting to get a little bit too windy now, and I'm going to finish this video now. But I'll try and make some more before I come back to Thailand, and I'll probably document the process of going to get my tourist visa because that'll probably be particularly useful to anyone that wants to come to Thailand this year. But yeah, to sum it up, coming back to England's been great. It's been a little strange. It's been a bit annoying with the prices. I'm looking forward to my 30 baht khao soi, but yeah, I obviously had to come back. I need to see family, I need to see friends. I was really keen to introduce everyone to my girlfriend, and I guess the main thing going forward is I'm really looking forward to going back to Thailand. I cannot wait. So I've got about another month left, and yeah, I'm counting down the days really. Anyway, that's enough from me for now. More videos on the way.